Bonjour à tous, and welcome back to French Fast Track, the podcast that stops you from walking in circles. I'm David.
And I'm Emma. David, here's the relatable question for our listeners. Have you ever been lost in a new city, but your phone battery was dead? That's peak travel panic.
It is. Relying on your phone is great, but relying on your French is even better. Our hook today is this. Did you know that when asking for directions in French, the words you use to start the conversation are almost more important than the question itself? Politeness is your map.
Absolutely. You have to flag down a stranger politely. So today, we are conquering directions. We're focusing on the essential phrase, où est la gare, which means, where's the station, and mastering the simple answers.
We'll teach you the polite way to interrupt someone, the question itself, and the fundamental direction words like straight and left. By the end, you'll be navigating like a Parisian. Allons-y, let's start.
As David mentioned, the start is everything. You can't just shout the question. You need a polite interruption and a greeting. A best way to interrupt someone politely is to start with pardon, madame, or monsieur. Pardon is like saying, excuse me. It's your verbal tap on the shoulder. Remember to use madame for a woman and monsieur for a man. If you are approaching a group or if you are unsure, stick to pardon, s'il vous plaît.
Once you have their attention, you can ask your question. The simplest, clearest, most effective way to ask where something is où est. Où est means where is. So if you were looking for the train station, which is la gare, you ask où est la gare? Say the full polite opening with me, listeners. Pardon, monsieur, où est la gare? S'il vous plaît? Perfect. You've asked your question clearly and politely.
Now, let's look at a few other places you might need to find. The formula is always the same to say, where is the? Où est le? Or où est la? And où sont les? If you are looking for a hotel, which is l'hôtel, masculine, but starts with a vowel, you ask, où est l'hôtel?
If you are desperate for a bathroom, which is les toilettes, plural, you ask, où sont les toilettes? But if you want to keep it simple, just ask for the street. Où est la rue? Here's a clever hack. If you forget the word for the place, you can point to your map or guidebook and ask, où est ceci, s'il vous plaît? Where is this, please?
That's survival French at its finest. Don't be afraid to use your map. Now, let's imagine the person you asked understands and they are ready to give you the directions.
The most common and most important direction you will hear is tout droit. This means straight ahead.
Tout droit. Two words, one meaning. The T in tout is silent here. Say it with me. Tout droit. It sounds like tout droit.
They might say, allez tout droit, go straight ahead, or simply, c'est tout droit. It's straight ahead. Both mean you just keep walking.
The next two crucial directions are left and right. They're almost opposites, but they sound quite different.
Left is à gauche. Remember the gauche sound? À gauche.
And right is à droite. Notice that dr sound. À droite. Listeners, try saying them back to back. À gauche, à droite.
So the person might combine these. They might say, allez tout droit, puis tournez à droite. That means go straight ahead, then turn right. Tourner is the verb to turn. It's a great, clear verb. Tournez à gauche. Turn left. Let's practice a simple direction. Emma, ask me where the museum is, and I'll give you a simple route.
Pardon, monsieur. Où est le musée, s'il vous plaît?
C'est facile. Allez tout droit et tournez à gauche à la 2e rue.
Wait, what was that last bit? À la 2e rue? That means at the 2nd street? This is where numbers become critical.
The person giving directions might use numbers, as I just did. They might say, la première rue, the first street, la deuxième rue, the second street, or la troisième rue, the third street.
If you hear a number, listen carefully. It tells you when to turn. If you need a moment to process, what's your backup line, Emma?
The ultimate backup line, pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? That works for everything. Also, you can check your understanding by repeating the directions back.
For example, you could say, à gauche à la 2e rue, left at the 2nd street. By turning the direction into a question, you confirm your understanding. Very smart.
It's a great technique for active listening. It shows you're engaged and polite. Now let's add some simple landmarks.
Landmarks help you orient yourself. Here are 2 useful words to know. Near is près de. Far is loin.
The person might say, c'est près d'ici. It's near here. Or, c'est loin. It's far. This is good to know before you start walking.
They might also mention a specific building. For example, c'est après l'église. It's after the church. L'église is the church.
Or, c'est devant la poste. It's in front of the post office. La poste is the post office. Don't worry about memorizing every building name. Just listen for the action words.
The most important action words are aller, go, tourner, turn, and the direction, tout droit, à gauche, à droite.
Let's do a more complex role play. David, you are the lost tourist looking for a cafe. I am the helpful local.
Pardon, madame, où est un bon café, s'il vous plaît?
Un café? Oui. Tournez à droite à la première rue. Après, allez tout droit pendant 2 minutes.
Tenez à droite à la première rue, et puis tout droite. Now I'm checking my understanding. Est-ce que c'est loin?
Non, c'est très près. C'est juste après la pharmacie.
Merci beaucoup, madame. A perfect exchange. I got my directions, confirmed the distance, and understood the landmark.
Let's recap the essential direction vocabulary. Listeners, repeat each one after us.
Straight ahead. Tout droit.
Turn left.
Tournez à gauche.
Turn right.
Tournez à droite.
Near.
Près.
Far.
Loin.
One more phrase we love for those tricky situations is Est-ce que je peux marcher? Can I walk? This is a great question if you hear C'est loin. It checks if the distance is walkable or if you need to look for public transport. A very practical and safe phrase.
Finally, the French exit. You got the information, now you need to leave the conversation gracefully.
Once you have your directions, don't just walk away. You must thank them warmly. The best phrase is, Merci beaucoup pour votre aide. Thank you very much for your help.
Merci beaucoup pour votre aide. It sounds lovely and sincere. Then close with your classic farewell. Bonne journée.
And they will reply, De rien. Bonne journée à vous. You're welcome. Good day to you. You've completed the entire interaction.
Remember, when asking for directions, the key is always politeness, clarity, and confidence. You are now equipped with all the essential tools. Don't be afraid to stop a local.
You've totally got this. That's all the time we have for today's episode of French Fast Track. Merci for joining us, and until next time,
Au revoir et bon voyage.